connection with someone of my kind. Keep me breathing with a feeling like an LED light. Now I'm moving through the shadows. You woke me up tonight. I know that everything's in focus now. I'm seeing clearly for the first time. Today I woke up feeling more alive.
I stayed awake last night, 'cause I couldn't close my eyes and see you another night. I drove myself crazy thinking you'd take my wildest dreams and tear them all to the ground. So I tried to create a decoy world for you to destroy in my mind. You could stay and believe you're tearing me apart while I'm coming to life, while I'm coming to life. I couldn't keep the secret. You found my darkest demons and brought them out in the light. So I ran to all the preachers, despite having every reason to shut down and mobilize. So I prayed to the gods for one last saving grace against all odds. And I built an escape using all my energy just to come back to life, back to life.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to another Paladins update show, this time called the Eternal Pyre. and we're very excited to bring this to you today. I'm Hi-Rez Romanova, your community manager, joined by... Oh, wait, wrong side.
Other side. So wait,
Yeah,
I think that means
Yeah.
you're over there. Yeah, I got it. It's reversed.
Yeah, joined by Evil Mojo, Adonis, and Nico. I was gonna let you introduce yourself.
Oh.
That was your opportunity. Now it's a drop-opportunity. That's what we call it. The drop-opportunity.
Oh god, here we go.
Adonis, it's still you. Go.
Oh, already starting with the puns. I don't want any of this.
Well, we won't give you too much of that. We have a decent bit to go through, but we will let everyone know this is a shorter update, even though it is the first one of the year. The big one will come with the next season, correct, Adonis?
Correct, and that'll be hitting early February. This patch is slated to go live somewhere around early January, around Hi-Rez showcase time. So just a quick update, and we'll have a much further explanation at the Hi-Rez showcase in January. Is that our team is shifting development cycles, so we have been on the 3-month development cycle since COVID really started. So we're actually going to be switching to a 2-month update cycle moving forward into 2021. So people and players will get more content faster, as well as balance more frequently, and a lot of other exciting things that I really do want to share, but I can't. I'm going to hold it in. Make sure to watch Hi-Rez Showcase, I believe January 7th. Hopefully I'm doing this correctly.
January 7th.
Year.
You're not allowed. We lock you in a specific room if you leak stuff like that. So you don't want to go to that room, okay? But we're gonna just go right into this. So it's the hunt. It's time for the hunt. So we'll get right into it then. We're gonna transition here. So the first thing we wanted to go over for you folks right now is there is a hotfix coming. I have kind of told a couple people about this for a minute now, and the reason why is there have been some issues, and one of them we're going to go into right away here with the frozen guard having some collision issues and whatnot. So we'll just go right into some of the most important ones from the hotfix. But you will be able to follow along as well right now on paladins.com/news if you already aren't. So let's run through these. And guys, if you feel free, commentary on any of these right now, let me know. So yeah, the first one we're going into is fix several collision issues in the Frozen Guard map. Some will be in the hotfix, and then others will be in the Battle Pass update when that comes in January. I know a lot of you out there in the community have reported this to us, and we've taken it very seriously. The environment team's been on it, so props to them and props to QA for testing all these different issues with the environment. And I assume there's probably some design work in there, guys. So
environment props, if you will.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, next issue here that we're going into with the hotfix is we fixed an issue where Avora's client would crash if using ultimate on the wind crystal on Warder's Gate or the elevator on Foreman's Rise. Now, I've seen a couple people report that as well, because when I send these to QA, they're like, oh, it's fixed, but it's coming in the hotfix, right? So props to the team. It looks like there's another Vora one here too. And before we go into the 2021 bug fixes that we're going to talk about, I'll give you both a chance to kind of say any commentary you have on these, and then if you don't have anything, we'll go right into the next. We fixed an issue where Vora's inevitability card was not displaying its 2D art. So yeah, anything to say, guys?
Yeah, just really briefly, this hotfix will include the Vora client crash fix. There are also a couple of other issues that aren't going to be in the hotfix, but are being worked on regarding Vora. So thank you to everyone who has reported those to me in QA. Those are still being worked on.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that, where are all the bug fixes? Like they're always working on them. It's just like, when can we fit the majority of them in? It's only when we do updates. But in this case, we do know there are some issues to address early, so we are getting those out as soon as possible. The hotfix, by the way, will be sometime early next week. So make sure to keep tuned to the Paladin social for that announcement. Because the servers will have to go down to update that, and it'll only be for a little bit though. So now we're going to go into the 2021 patch fixes that we thought were pretty important to go over. Again, the full list of bug fixes and the full list of hotfix patches are all on paladins.com/news right now. We're just going over some of the key ones. So with this patch, there's a lot of love that went into this, even though it's a smaller patch. Fixed an issue where Drogos's condensation card could incorrectly activate multiple times with the combustible talent equipped. That doesn't seem like something that would be very fun to deal with if it didn't get fixed, so props to you all for fixing that. Fixed an issue with Vora's ultimate animation could be canceled. Any commentary on that, Nico? I know you've worked a lot on Vora.
Yeah, this essentially came from the degree of iteration we had to make, particularly on the ultimate ability. It saw a lot of changes from the initial design to a final implementation, and this was kind of a remnant of some of those changes. So this was kind of just cleaning up that aspect of Vora's Ultimate in particular. There is still work that I think we'd like to do with Vora's Ultimate, which hopefully we'll be hyped for in the future.
Awesome. Thank you for elaborating on that. And yeah, the other one is Avora Fix as well. Fixed an issue where Vora's weapon shots could not register correctly when hitting Terminus's power siphon or Androxus's reversal. So yeah,
I can speak to that very
important.
briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. So the way that this should work now is the flat damage from Vora's in-hands will go towards power siphon and reversal, not the dot, because the projectile is consumed by the absorb. And yeah, so that was just cleaning up. Before, nothing would go towards those abilities, and that should be cleaning that up.
Yeah. Wonderful. You are at this point now the Vora master, just like Adonis is the lead designer of IO. Does this mean that there is beef between you two?
Well, maybe if IO hadn't betrayed, her followers, we wouldn't have a problem. But Adonis,
she's trying
you and I,
save the world.
Yeah, but,
unfortunate that Vora happens to be very selfish. Not strong enough to protect her own home. Just
remember that thing you wanted me to do later? Maybe I'm
sorry. I've been
too
waiting
busy.
for a minute for us to kind of make that joke, since you are now the designers of the two, protagonists, antagonists, whatever you want to call them. So we won't waste any more time. Again, folks, you can go report bugs to paladins.com/bugs. You can hit us up on social. It's just we might not always be able to reply, but that doesn't mean we don't see what you're saying. As well as our Discord Paladins, the discord.gg/Paladins game. So you can always, hit us up about those, and we're more than happy to report them. Just keep in mind too, if people are repeating and everything, like bugs, just check it out and everything. That's what I do when I report stuff for any game I play. So balance. Wow, thank God we have the balance master here himself. And is that going to be a title that you have to compete for someday? Now that you both...
Adonis can keep it. I'll just stay avoidable.
Wow, he was saving that one. He was locked and loaded.
Yeah.
I think about these at night.
Well,
all night, hours at a time.
That's how I stay sane.
Yeah, I have a little bit to say about the beginning here, and then I'll let you both take away the balance section to get through that. So we're just going to generally talk about a change. It's not so much a balance section, but there is a change coming to the speeder mounts in Paladins. In this update, we're introducing an overhaul to our speeder mount animation system. While riding the speeder mounts, each champion has gone from a single pose system to having 5 animated sequences, significantly improving the quality of all our speeder mounts. So if you have those, good news, they're going to be awesome. I've gotten to try them.
Yeah, the team, specifically Brett Jackson and Kyle Hickey, I think those were the two that were really pioneering it internally, have done a massive job overhauling the speeder mounts. I think it's something that when they were introduced a couple years ago, the idea was cool, but we ran into some production issues because we have to then, when you introduce a new rig for a mount, you have to go and animate every character on that mount. And so needing to do that at the time for, I think, 48 champions we were at, and really invest the time, we ended up not being able to get them where we wanted. So our team is really caught up, I think, on a lot of things, and we're really starting to focus on like polishing Paladins, really making it great. And those two specifically have done a lot of work. They've gone through all of our champions, and it's now, I believe, a 5-post system. The speeder mounts feel significantly better on all characters now.
We even get to see Leon the Scion on the speeder right now. So as you'll see, a little bit of directional leaning, a little bit of just making things feel smooth and more alive on the speeder. I've been loving it.
Yeah, it definitely just looks better in general. I appreciate the fixes.
I'm quickly running out of my pun bank. I'm only allowed to make a few before they start fining me per pun. But you could count this as, in fact, a balance change, because now, as you know, they are better balancing on the speeders, right? Adonis and Romanova? Yeah? Yes?
Yeah, okay, you can leave.
Okay,
it's fine.
All right, okay, all right.
Thanks.
Anyways.
Anyway.
I have like a really wheezy laugh today, and it's like, sorry for that, just in general. I just keep wheezing. But we're gonna go into balance. Go ahead and take it away, both of you two. So we're starting with Barrack.
Adonis, why don't you tell them what we did with Barrack?
Sure. First, I'm going to talk probably about the high level of this balance. Is we are not moving to Season 4 until next patch, and so this patch specifically, we have fairly light balance. We have a lot of changes planned for Season 4 in February, so this is pretty light. It's really addressing some like big pain points on a couple characters that are too strong, and bringing up some characters that probably just need some love. So first off, Barrack is getting a very simple change, but it's pretty hefty. It's 600 health. His base health is moving from 3,400 to 4K. He's like a real tank now. He's like a real frontline. Thick Eric. It's not. There was the pun didn't.
Thick Eric.
Bear thick. Bear thick.
No.
None of it's working. We're gonna go back.
Leave the puns to me.
It's
I'll take
not working.
All right. Anyways, 600 health.
Yep, I think that'll put him in a position that's just slightly more, slightly beefier, slightly more present. And as Adonis said, most of these changes are, in fact, all of these changes are relatively non-complex. But as he also mentioned, we'll be aiming to hit more things and differently with a subsequent patch. But moving on to, I believe our next one is Khan. Khan is seeing his heavy repeater damage increased per shot from 180 to 190. And his battle shout is having the healing done increase from 1,000 to 1,100. Khan is, I think, a character who generally feels good to play, but has not seen as much success as we may want him to see, especially across a variety of levels. So just a little bit of extra damage on the repeater, I think, makes him that much more of a kind of scary presence, especially at close range. And the battle shout is just a little bit more healing, a little bit more survivability for himself and for the rest of the team.
All the Americon fans can rejoice, But con fans probably will be happy today, So we'll get into that later. But it looks like the next one here, fellas, is our favorite Broga, Koga. I know he's a tough one to balance, right? Like because console players often have a tougher time against him, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That is generally the case. I think this Koga change, or this change in general, is the is one of the ones that I'm most interested in keeping an eye on, especially feedback, because this not only impacts his base damage, it also impacts some of his other playstyles and Adrenaline Junkie, for example. But we're going to see how it plays, especially in PTS. Koga's submachine guns, the damage is being decreased per shot from 40 to 36. That's the only change we see on Koga this patch, and we will be listening closely to feedback, especially with this change.
Yeah, I think that's great. I know a lot of people just from the community side, I see what the complaints are the most, and I also am the first to see some of the love too, which is a positive. But I know his kit is one that definitely is tougher to balance for y'all, but also like making sure both the cross-play sides work together with that. And that's the same with any of these shooters, which we'll be getting into some Vivian changes later as well. And I know she's one that's a hot subject as well, always with console. But yeah, so yeah, I'll let you guys take it back away. That was just my Broga commentary. But
yeah, for sure.
Shaolin looks like he's next.
Yeah, so Shaolin is pretty dominant, especially as an anti-flank right now, particularly with Sand Trap. So what this is doing is there's a new effect with Sand Trap. The duration of the cripple that it applies, instead of being the base 2 seconds, is being reduced when you have Sand Trap, the talent, equipped by 1 second. So that cripple will be a 1 second AoE. We're also exploring potentially other options, including decreasing potentially the radius of the explosion, but that comes with a few other production concerns. So for now, we're going to see how this shifts where Shaolin is, in the sands, sand shifting, and we'll see where he lands.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Do we have a fun one after this, Kevin?
Oh yeah, this one. I'm excited.
I already hear the angelic choir going off. The resounding community love. Anyways, Strix is getting a nerf. So we know Strix has been a hot topic for a lot of players for a very long time. He's super polarizing. Statistically, he is one of the worst champions generally. Even at high elo, he wins at a fairly low rate. But how he delivers damage is fast, it's impactful, it's quick, and it's bursty, which he's a sniper. That's, a lot of that is the player fantasy of being a sniper, the romance of it. But we think really good players can shut down flanks that dive them very easily. So what we're doing is we're actually increasing the post-hit delay of Talon Rifle from 1 second to 1.25. This is, kind of the beginning of the changes I think that we made similar to Cassie a couple years ago, where we didn't really want to change the damage and kind of the identity of the character and what they're capable of. We just wanted to give more opportunities for players to better counter them. And I think this is one of those situations where we want Strix to feel powerful when you are uncontested, but we don't want Strix to dominate the flanks that are supposed to be the ones shutting Strix down and making him have a hard time. And currently, he's too effective with a 1 second refire of two-shotting flanks. So we think this will help allow characters to have a smaller window of opportunity to actually contest the Strix properly. So we're excited to see where this puts Strix once this goes live.
I'm sure many people who love Strix are concerned, but maybe rejoicing if they're honest about how some other people feel about that. So yeah, make sure you folks give us some feedback on this, and then we're gonna go into we have 2 more left here. Vivian, go ahead and take it away, guys.
Yeah, up next, Vivian schemes are maybe still a little bit too effective in our opinion. So we are making a number of changes. Starting with light machine gun. The damage per shot is being decreased from 170 to 160. This, combined with the other 2 changes we have for Vivian, are going to address a little bit of the perception, the community perception, that we still have a very strong position for Vivian in most levels of play, especially playing against her with her survivability given by the shield, the capability of her reveal, and the amount of damage she can put out very quickly. So, and consistently, which is part of her identity. The second change for her, Unfair Advantage, we are reducing the duration increase from 1 second scaling to 0.8 seconds scaling. And then Nowhere to Hide. And to be clear, I believe that's the shield duration increase. And then Nowhere to Hide, the card that increases the duration of the reveal from her drones, is being scaled down from 1 second scaling to 0.7 seconds scaling. These changes, we hope, put her in a position that is slightly less dominant than she is now, especially with the utility that comes with having the shield and the reveal, in addition to the large amount of damage that an LMG-based character can put out. And again, we'll be listening closely to feedback regarding Vivian as this goes forward, but reducing the effectiveness of her scheming just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure there are going to be some sad Vivian fans out there, but hopefully I think this also goes back to the console side, right? This probably helps out a lot of people who were struggling playing against her on console as well. That's my assumption. I am not a balance master like you two, but yeah.
And then,
looks like, yeah, Zin is the final one here.
Last one, Z for Zin. So the changes we are seeing to Zin, he is a character who does, who has certain combos or has certain ways of playing that are very engaging and very fulfilling to play with. On the other side of that, it can be frustrating to play against. So we're seeing some relatively minor changes to decrease the effectiveness of his mobility, specifically Billow. The base movement speed increase that he gains during Billow is decreasing from 30% to 10%. And we are seeing a portion of that shift into his Up in Smoke card, which increases the movement speed during Billow. That scaling is going from 8 with 8 scaling to 11 base, 11% scaling. So you will not be able to gain the full benefits of the change from the reduced Billow, but you'll be able to gain the majority of it back. This should encourage players who definitely want that movement speed increase to engage more with the Up in Smoke card and make just his mobility a little bit less, while maintaining his ability to combo and do the cool things. And I believe that is, Z at the end of the list.
Z for the Zend of the balance section. So I'm going to need you folks, before we get into it, it's the moment you've been waiting for, I need you to raise your hands high to all that is holy in the Pyre Genos. Oh, did I say that? It looks like we have a trailer coming here to preview our skins for the Eternal Pyre Battle Pass. So let's get into it.
The power of the Pyre.
These steps that we take are leading us far away, and all these years are passing each day. Since then we are far away.
All right, so there you get a little tease of everything right there, but we are going to be going into it in game. I am super excited for these. I want to say one of the variants that we have for the skins is probably my favorite. I'll say that when we actually get to it. But we're going to start here. It looks like our first unlock is going to be Eternal Retribution Koga. And on top of that, we also have, you'll be getting a Forged Destiny Death card. If you see on the patch notes right now, it is basically a card of Furia. It looks awesome if you haven't seen it yet. Iconic Depiction Spray and a 50% experience and gold boost just as normal. And we're going to be taking this bad boy into game as well here.
And there he is.
And all his glory.
The angelic assassin himself.
Bless upon me. This
So
is, I was
what I
going to
think
say
is-
your retribution. Excuse me.
Yeah, your retribution is upon you. What I think is really cool about this particular battle pass is we had a lot of interesting conversations, a lot of fun. One of the favorite things that I enjoy about creating new content is the identity that we can create, especially with the voice pack and the visuals. And I think we did a fantastic job. I I think we usually do a fantastic job. But I'm a huge fan of the Pyre. I love what we came up with as far as personality for these, the effects for these, Rollin killing it as usual, and just everyone really come together to put together a really awesome Pyre battle pass.
Yeah, I think the Pyre is a really cool place that we've developed. I believe, was that emote this patch or was that a previous one? I can't recall.
I think that's old.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's an
never
old one.
mind.
It's just always funny.
Yeah, but the Pyre's a really cool place, so I'm really happy that we got to go back to it. Maybe not the last time you'll see us go back to the Pyre, because I think the team's really hyped about kind of the visuals present in it. Angels are always interesting, right? In every, they're in so many games. They're just very iconic characters, and I am a big fan, of this Koga skin. Especially the Shadow Step, which is more of a glory step now, I guess.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, Rollin, as usual, right? And animation, I assume, has some work in this as well, right?
MSU team always kills it.
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky that even though we are not the biggest studio, that we have such a very talented team when we create this content for our fans. So let's go into some voice lines here. We'll keep quiet and allow them.
It's not just a phase, it's a lifestyle. Good luck. Get it done. Don't sweat it. Whoa. I'll see you soon.
All right. Oh, it looks like we're transitioning a little early here, but it's okay. We're going right into Eternal Conflict Leon. She just couldn't wait. She has an audience here watching her today, I'm sure. And I'm sure everyone that's a Leon fan is very excited to see this skin. This one is particularly my favorite, mainly because of the design. I love the wings on the back, especially. I also love that she gets a different hairstyle / hair color as well. And this is actually the one where her variant for the later level is my favorite, just because I love red hair. And we'll see that. If you have the update notes, though, you've probably already seen it. So yeah, let's get into some gameplay of this Leon skin.
And here we are with Eternal Conflict Leon. She is essentially, I believe, Adonis, you helped a lot with the personality for this one. But she's this kind of angel of war, kind of like you find glory on the battlefield kind of thing. Is that about right?
Yeah, each of these characters, I think we really went, a personification of some form of idea, and I think Angel of War, kind of really well known, so fits Leon's kind of base personality, the pompous princess. So I think going more towards battlefield commander, with a lot of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
Poise,
a lot of
presence.
militaristic poise, presence, and regalness to the character as well.
I always like that when I see the writing that you all do for like the characters and their skins. Ooh,
Killing spree.
I like
That's
the
an aggressive meal, and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, I was a big fan of that take.
Oh look, there's Newton of boots. Yeah, let's go into voice lines.
All's fair in war and war. Good game. You have earned my favor. I'm unmatched in battle. My favor is given to the strong. You will never be worthy. Aid me!
All right, so that is Eternal Conflict Leon, and it looks like we're going to go into our level 30 unlock here now, and that is Eternal Guardian Khan. What is a Leon without a Khan? I don't know, but he's her bodyguard, right? So we got him here in the battle pass with her, and he is always a big beefy boy, and whew, he is definitely looking very larg in that armor, guys. So I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Now, I'm a sucker for big armor or, gothic themes or big, So this I believe is my, I think, favorite piece of content, or maybe even the variant that we have for him on the Guardian Con. But I absolutely love this one, and I really enjoyed writing up his personality. I think, as we mentioned earlier, each of these skins is essentially like a personification. We'll see in game in a second here, but essentially a personification of like a human idea or ideal, right? Or so he is kind of the aggressive savior. Maybe a little bit of penance in there, a little bit of pain for the sake of being saved. You can check out his stuff.
I really like the animation on the gun.
Those wings on the battle shout too are.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of the sounds we come up with the heavy repeater. I feel like it's just the weapon feels so good. And Thomas always kills it. Our audio team always kills it with making the heavy repeater still feel very impactful and heavy and weighty, while giving it the flair of whatever the skin line is.
You're mine, child.
That poor Cassie.
Poor Cassie.
Yeah, let's do some voice lines real quick.
How much fire could a Pyre Lord fire if a Pyre
Okay.
Lord could spark fire? My magnificence goes unspoken. I'll attack up the middle!
All right, and it looks like we are going to get onto our level 50 unlock. Many of you have been howling about him on social media. We have Eternal Fervor Genos.
Big fan.
What
Great
a
hair.
divine lad. Isn't that why you've been growing your hair long? You've been trying to get ready for this update show, right?
No, he's
Adonis, is that you?
Listen, I gotta be honest, right? Like this guy's hair can't match up to mine. Mine's soft. It's glorious. His just looks like it has too much product in it. I don't know. My webcam feed is not high quality enough for this to work. Go back, get out, please.
Bodied.
But Eternal Fervor Genos, and he is certainly fervent. So he is embodying the ideal, and I wish Alex were here, we're able to speak on this even more so, but he is embodying the ideal of there is beauty in the world, just like everything is just fervently like, oh my gosh, you are gorgeous. Except, maybe for the other team, they're kind of ugly, but here we have him in game.
I assume you wrote the voice pack for this skin, Nico.
That was actually one of our that was actually Alex, one of our other designers. But I was fully as soon. I was going to say, as soon as he pitched the character for this, I was 100% on board because I loved it.
Oh wow, that looks amazing. The effects on this, I would assume with it being the level 50 unlock, it's going to be probably one of the funnest, I guess. I don't know. Funnest isn't really the best term to use here. However, the voice pack, what I wanted to say though, before I get too off what I was trying to say, was it gave off Myrnos vibes almost. Like a little bit of a toned down, more holy Myrnos. Very vain still sounding.
Yeah, passion I think is the passionate for different things, but that passion comes through in both of the voice packs. I love those chains, by the way.
What is it with angels and chains, honestly?
You know,
You know,
we don't.
that's a whole
We
different
don't.
question.
We don't
Is that-
shame our
it's not
pyre.
for-
We don't shame our pyre angels here. All right.
Okay. Hey, no judgment.
Well,
This is a
I
judgment-free
mean,
zone.
A little
part
bit
of the whole
judgment.
thing is, judgment.
Is judgment? Yeah.
It's kind of integral to the, to the
I
idea.
I think that's the whole point of the change. Is judgment, right? Like they're being
Exactly.
judged, they're changed. Anyways. Ooh, I like that alt sound a
Yeah,
lot.
he has a couple
Bask.
different ultimate lines, right? Because I saw one on this script. I think that was "Step into my love," or is that
probably
just
an
always?
alternative? I mean, we write a couple different for each
Okay,
one,
okay.
and we pick the one that feels most appropriate. So, step into my light and bask. I'm down for it.
It's okay.
And
He can
we can
step into my love. It's okay. I'll allow.
Exactly. And let's even hear some of those voice lines.
Yeah.
What do you call this? Dirt? What a wonderful word! What a game! You totally become rock. Beauty incarnate. Please don't make that face. Ugh.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna go into our battle pass plus variants. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Starting with Dark Retribution Koga. So these are our variants for the level 70, 90, 110, and 120 unlocks that you'll get for all four of these champions and their skins. I felt like the vibe here was more of like a platinum, like silver basted everything with like I noticed like a lot of them have a little bit of green in them to go with that as well. So I kind of like that color theming.
Yeah, it's almost like a as we move on to the next character thing, it's almost like a not quite a fallen, but also like a darker version, as you'll see in the naming, obviously. As we head into Leon, I think.
Yeah, Leon's my favorite for this
of
one.
these skins, and I am absolutely like, oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. And then as we see Khan and Genos too, I'm very excited to play with these skins.
It makes me miss having red hair. Seeing this skin, it's just like so bright, and the lighting in this splash art especially is just so good. Also the green and red, like you can't lose. Like, why do you think like Cassie's so awesome? Like, look, redheads look great in green. What can you say?
And then I'm very ready for Khan. Let's do it. Yes. You know what, American? I'm sorry. I love you, but Dark Guardian, my new best friend Khan.
That is pretty cool. I like the shading to the different parts of the armor and everything. It looks kind of dark. I guess very dark. He is a Dark Guardian, right? So we're going in here. Your final unlock is the Dark Fervor Genos. So I like him in all silver. I cannot lie. So
and there we have
that is our battle pass coming up. And I just want to like let everyone know too before we go into here. Just a couple of statements. This is a small update, so there isn't going to be as much. Like the big one is going to come again after this one. Like that is when the big first of the year. This is just an update that we are pushing out to get some content in before all that, just so you're not waiting an extra long time as well. Correct, Adonis?
Yeah, this is what it's really doing is it's setting up for our new patch cycle next year, which will be going from 3 months to 2 months. So within these 3 months from Vora's Pact update to Season 4 in February. I was about to say something else. I caught myself.
No
Season
spoilers.
4 update. That's going to be 3 months. And then this is coming out 2 months past that in early January. And then less than a month later, we're going to be dropping Season 4. So this is just to get the new Battle Pass rolling and get a couple small balance updates and honestly, the speeder quality of life is actually my favorite thing. The team was really excited. The animation team was really excited to be able to re-tackle the speeder mounts. So I'm very happy that we got those in. So again, this will be dropping early January, and then expect even earlier in February, Season 4 to actually drop.
Yeah. And real quick, before we get into our customizations that we're going to go over briefly, I just wanted to say also, a lot of people are, I want this skin, I want that skin, and I know it's been getting more cries and cries. 2021 is a whole new 12 months. So try to have, a little bit of patience. There are definitely some people getting some love that don't normally get it throughout the year. It's just not going to come right away. So yes, like this is the first one. These are the champions in it, but there are many more updates to come with this cycle going smaller again, and champions being released on a separate cycle as well, like we have said. So just try to hang tight and use your imaginations until then. But I can assure you there are going to be, different points in the year where people are really pleased with what we bring out. So with that said, there is only one event specific spray that we are going to be doing in the month of January, and that is our equality spray. I believe Enna created this at the Hi-Rez team, and this will be available for a weekend event during Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, and we will be making it available in February for $1 gold after for anyone who would like to purchase it for Black History Month. So love that. I always love Enna's art, so always happy when we can have a piece of her work in our game, because I know most of the time it's Smite that gets her. So Paladins get some Enna love in there. So we're gonna go into two people are getting new emotes this update. We have Khan first, so let's go look at that. Very cool.
Now, it might be a little bit difficult to see at this angle, but I believe that is actually a Genos face mask that he is crushing to dust in his, you could say, conflict.
Really? I haven't seen this one yet. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it flies in, crushes, and then falls down.
Okay, and it looks like the next one we have, I'm sure Jay Flair's happy somewhere. First of all, he's probably happy we didn't delete Emoji from the game, but also that we're putting Emoji Emote in on this update. So let's take a look at it. Probably gonna take a second. Oh, there, no, more than a second. There we go.
Can I call Emoji Emotes emojis? Is that? And actually, I think that was probably my last pun before I start getting fined. So, unfortunately,
yeah, you have
there's
to put
no
a
reason.
quarter in
I've
jar.
already fined you.
Oh. So I'll check my inbox. They see a couple of,
Your crystal allowance is going down. This is also a looping emote, which is really cool. So you can just really taunt your opponents. This is meant for love, but really, I think its true purpose is taunting someone after you kill them.
As things should be.
It's very taunting. So the next thing we're going to look at before we go into the end of the show is, we have some MVPs coming as well. Rom is getting an MVP. It is his charge, clearly. And hopefully many of you saw on social, if you haven't yet, the Victor got run over by a Krampus jingle. Shout outs to our video team for making that happen. It was an idea that we had and wanted to bring to life for bringing Krampus to life. And this is the perfect day to reveal this ROM MVP, I gotta say. So let's go to the next MVP, I believe. We have one for Willow. So Willow fans, you're getting a new MVP post for Willow this update. So she looks very happy. She's probably happy to get a little bit of love in this update, So hopefully everyone is excited for the emotes and MVPs being added in. I know the team enjoys getting to add in these, especially like animation as well. I know animation really likes to get these in. You could see, I believe it was JPEG had put the poll up about future, was it MVPs or emotes? Who would like an emote? And I think the highest votes were for Corvus. So who knows? Maybe in the future. I like having those kind of polls to give our user base a chance to kind of vote on things like that, because ultimately it's always going to be the company that, decides what is going out, but we also like to take in the feedback as well, correct? So
Yeah,
I know I appreciate it. My whole day is seeing feedback, so
I know I personally love seeing people resonate with content we put out. So if we allow, or if we facilitate people feeling more connected to a certain piece of content, especially through things like polls, then I'm absolutely happy.
Yeah, I'm happy as well. And with happiness comes the Paladins World Championships, or even if it doesn't, it does now. So yeah, just a reminder, everyone, the Paladins World Championships start December 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. We will also be unveiling the winners of the crystals as well during the segments. So as you can see here on the screen, you have our North America teams, our European teams, and we'll be going into the Brazilian teams that have qualified as well, that will be playing off those 3 days this weekend. So we will have that for you. And before we sign off here, I just wanted to remind everyone that the Hi-Rez Showcase is January 7th. And we will be organizing at 12 p.m. that day an Evil Mojo meet and greet via our Discord. There will be more instructions closer to that time on how you can be a part of that in our official Discord, where you'll be able to ask questions and have them answered by developers that will be in a Discord call. And you'll be able to watch them there and ask the questions in a specific channel. It's the kind of one of the best things that we can do, all things considered, with COVID and doing this from home, as well as there will be a Hi-Rez Presents to see, and you won't want to miss what content is coming, because we've been trying to keep a lot of it under wraps, but it's there are things coming to the game that are very exciting, very big, and I know I'm pretty excited for the next show that we're going to be doing.
Excuse me? Are you talking about yourself in the third person again, Kevin?
No, I would never, Kevin.
Oh, certainly not. Well, I will say that we must walk without rhythm.
So with that said, I would just like to say it was a pleasure doing this show with you all. And I know this was a shorter one, folks, but it's still, nice to just be able to get back to a quicker cycle with everything. And any final words from Adonis or Nico?
I mean, as always, thank you for having me on the show. I am very excited, not only for this update, but for upcoming updates and into next year. So I cannot wait to share that all with you.
Same. Once again, thanks for coming and watching the Patch Note Show. I am very, very excited for everything coming in 2021. I can't wait to reveal everything, and hopefully I will not spoil before then. It'll probably be Thunderbrush. He'll probably spoil everything, honestly.
Yeah, there will be some hint dropped on Twitter. We see you, Thunderbrush. But with that said, this has been the Eternal Pyre update show, and we will see you next time, folks.
I see you calling me a simp in chat. I see it. I'm no simp.
was that? What do you want to hear repeatedly on the radio this year?
Something that sounds like the music I already listen to, but with different words.
Dunno really. Oh, if it's on, I'll listen to it. Loud guitars, tattoos, anything else is a bonus.